All right, guys. I'm your host, Drew. Welcome to this episode of the weKIN Rundown. I'm here with a very special guest, a new friend of mine, fellow comedian Daniel Martinez.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the weKIN Rundown,
Thanks,
man.
bro. Happy to be here, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on. So let's talk about a couple things. How was your weekend, man?
Weekend was solid, bro. Can't complain.
Yeah, I kind of know about your weekend, so
that's what I'm saying.
but they don't know. So tell me what happened this weekend for you.
We both participated in Florida's Funniest. It's a statewide competition. There's a bunch of cities. This is actually my first competition.
Same.
So it's dude. So, little nervous because they had a bunch of people, and the time limit was like 4, dude. It was
less
like
than
nothing.
what we're used to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but I came out there, dude. First place, baby.
You see
Funniest
that?
man in Sarasota, 2023, baby. That's me.
Funniest man in Sarasota, my boy Daniel Martinez here.
Appreciate you.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. How did you feel? Like, have you done a crowd that size before? It was what do you say? Like over 300 people?
Whatever they said, it was sold out. So whatever
So
McCurdy's capacity is.
I looked into it and it said something silly like, I'm not good at math, man, but I thought it was close to 3 or over 3. Like,
if I had to guess, yeah, for
right?
sure, like 350.
Yeah, it looks
Something
like
in
that,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So have you done that before?
No. Sometimes the Tampa Improv
Yeah.
gets packed like that on their
Okay.
open mic nights. Yeah.
Nice. So you've experienced that
But
before.
the competition was more of like the thing that made me a little more nervous than usual.
Right.
Not really the crowd, but it was like the high stakes. You know.
Right, like the door, like in the green room, like was that like the moment for you where you? Okay, me personally,
that was
my heart was racing, and then they called my name, and I walked out,
Yeah.
and like you said, it was just like another show. Like immediately, it stopped at that point, but up until that point, it was like,
Yeah, that experience was cool. Being in the back and seeing all like the comics, like the pictures and all that. You know.
yeah,
That's
dude.
a little experience.
I asked Mike Stevens. I was like, "Is this like your office?" He's like, "Yeah, basically." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool."
Yeah, Mike's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's really awesome. But he's just like, I could tell, like, to him it was just like another day at work.
Oh yeah, he
you
was
know?
just chilling.
Yeah.
Big chilling in there.
Yeah, then he went out with that joke right away, right off rip. Did you hear what he said or no?
I don't remember. You got it wrong.
So he said, "Oh, I bet you guys thought I was just the dwarf handler."
Oh
Like,
yeah,
because he brought out Tommy Lee Davis.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really funny, dude. That was good. Like off the cuff too. Like a lot of those other comedians that we went against, like had like really good, like situational, like real quick joke, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like the 4 minutes thing threw me off too. Like I knew it was 4, but like I looked up a couple times and I was like, there was one time where one of my jokes hit late and I like started laughing myself, so I forgot the next part of my bit.
Yeah.
And then I went into like the next thing and I looked up and I was like, dude, I'm farther along than I need to be. You know?
Yeah, the like 5 is really good to where you could like button things up, but I definitely had to cut some corners making that 4.
Yeah, I called it trimming the fat, and then my
fat,
other
yeah.
buddy was like, I don't know, man, I feel like you cut out some of your best jokes. I'm like, don't fucking
Yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah. Hindsight, bro. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, don't
Thanks for
fucking
that,
do
dude.
that. Well, okay, so you and Mike, you guys both had really good impressions, and then Luke had the thing where he like did like the good like terrorist impression.
That's
know?
his. Yeah, that fits him. Yeah.
And
That's funny.
I have like a David Attenborough thing, and like you said, hindsight. Like I kind of was hindsighting myself. I was like, bro, why didn't I rip the David Attenborough?
yeah.
And my buddy's like, dude, he goes, you can't say that now because it could have done really bad. And I'm like, you're right. And then he immediately starts laughing and goes, but it could have fucking killed that whole room, bro. And I was like, dude, you don't say
Shut up,
that
bro,
now, dude. Yeah, you don't say that. But yeah, dude, it was a really good experience.
How was it for you? Yeah. Overall, yeah.
Same thing as you, man. Like I don't think I've been doing comedy as long as you. How long you been doing it?
Like a little over a year.
A little over a year. So I'm just past 4 months myself.
Nice, bro. Sucks.
So
Yeah,
I
nice.
was excited just to be in the competition.
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous at first because like I don't like telling people. At least I didn't used to like telling people how long I was doing comedy. But the dude Rashad that was in it, the big dude.
Yes.
Yeah, he
I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He said to me when I told him, I was like, oh yeah, 4 months. He's like, dude, don't. He's like, we're not the most famous people in the world. He's like, this is an awesome competition to make it into. He's like, but like you're here with us, so don't give yourself
This
any
is-
slack.
yeah.
I was like, thanks,
Your
bro.
time is your time, bro.
I was like, I
Yes.
appreciate that, dude. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. So that's why I went out there and like I said, I had I don't know about you, man, but like there was a couple times when I was telling my joke and like I'm a very like premise punchline kind of guy.
Yes.
You know, like traditional. I like Mark Norman and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
there's times where I'm like, there was 2 times that I remember where I was telling my premise and they started laughing at my premise before I even got to the punchline. And I was like, am I supposed to pause
It's
for
like,
this?
do I just let this ride? Right.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with my Trump bit. Like I did my first little Trump impression, and then people went crazy. I'm like, I'm not even halfway done with the
You're
joke.
like, dude,
dude.
like, dude, this is the
like,
beginning of it.
I'm gonna let it. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't even know like how far you were gonna take it, and I've seen that bit before, like in open mics, and I've seen how well it did. So I was like, these MFers don't even know.
They don't know what's
I was
coming.
like, if they already love it, I bet in the back of your head, did you know like, oh, I'm about to kill you guys?
I was like
I'm about to murder you.
As soon as I heard them, I'm like, oh, I have them, dude.
Yeah.
I have them in the palm of my
Yeah,
hand. Because the follow up is just.
Yeah. So would you say
better.
that almost felt like the anticipation of the palm in the hand was almost as good as like the payoff, like that feeling, like you're like, oh, I know I got you.
Yeah, because with any joke, you're like wondering how it's gonna hit.
Yeah,
and to have the setup hit,
like so hard.
it's like you really can't do any wrong past that. To be honest.
It's literally like T-ball, right?
Exactly. Yeah, T-ball. Yeah, I like that shit. Yeah.
That's awesome,
good.
dude. That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, the competition was really good. I wish I could make it. I think they changed it. What day is it again for you guys?
November 8th. They did change it.
So it's a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked that day, so
Yeah,
I don't know if I'll be able to make it. It'll be rough.
It's a goofy day, but they're offering free tickets because it's switched. Promo code Florida if anyone's trying to go.
There you go, guys.
November
Promo code
8th,
Florida,
Tampa Improv.
Yeah, you should go.
Florida's West Coast Finals.
Just go check them out. If you guys didn't know, I'm a Charmander, by the way. This is a Halloween
you can't miss
we're doing.
A 6'4" Charmander.
Yeah,
right?
really big Charmander. So yeah, dude, the weekends were good for both of us.
Yeah, solid.
I had to go back to regular work after that, but then that crazy crap that happened the weekend in Ybor with like,
dude,
the shooting.
They had that, and then they had the guy from Friends drowning.
Yeah, so like I've already seen conspiracies about that. People being like they didn't even find water in his lungs, and then the people that were investigating were like narcotic. I don't even
really. I haven't looked that much into it.
I haven't either. I have seen that. Like, here's the thing that's like weird for me is I've seen Matthew Perry, literally, they posted this quote how he's like, dude, I've done so much for people that are like struggling with drug abuse and all this stuff. He's like, I know I'm just going to be remembered for my goofy Friends character. He's like, but can you guys remember this too, please? And then all these people are posting all the Friends stuff. And I'm like, it's not my job to tell people that. But also it's like, man, if you guys really liked him, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Just throw him a bone somewhere.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Donate. If you really like feel bad about it, donate $10 to some, like the charities that he started. I don't know which ones they are because I'm not that super into it.
I didn't look into that far either. Yeah, but that's cool that he did that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I don't know. He was a cool dude. He had a lot of demons, from what I understand.
Yeah,
a lot of actors and stuff, dude.
That seems to be a common theme with actors or entertainers in general, dude. Yeah,
it's
unfortunate for sure.
Man. So if you have to say, now we're gonna go back into, I was like, oh, he didn't want to be remembered for Friends. Who would you say you're most like on Friends?
Most like on Friends.
Like, would you most be like what character?
Oh, I haven't watched too much Friends, but I'm a fan of Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
where that investment in that show is for me. That's about it.
That's
about it.
You're like, I would like to be Jennifer Aniston's bra. That's the character I would like to play.
Where do I sign up? Casting. Put me in there.
Oh, that would be a good job. I think.
Yeah,
that would be pretty good.
6 figures at least. 6 figures at least.
Yeah, well, I would probably do it for free, depending on what
free
season
$99. I'll
we're
take that shit
about.
too. Yeah, you're right.
It'd be a good job, a good
You're
gig. Man. Let's see. So, but yeah, the shooting thing was terrible. I don't even know what happened there. Was it just some person going on like a? I just heard about it. And
I saw a little clip on the news. Some 14-year-old kid died. That was the part that surprised me the most.
Oh shit!
Like that late in Ybor, like that's.
Yeah.
So
I thought there was like
I
don't know. I'm so old, dude. I thought there was a curfew there. Isn't there a curfew there?
I haven't been out in Ybor in a long time
because
really for reasons like
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man, Ybor is not gonna get a good rap after this, dude.
It's not been had a good rap for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Normally, like that's not a like one.
That is
like,
unfortunate. Yeah.
Most people like you'd think like, oh, I go to a club and then I can go outside and get a pizza or something from someplace and be cool.
Right.
No. You can't even. You better.
So like, what's the point?
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Man, Florida's just old people and people shooting people. I guess.
Yeah. No in between. Just
what the
all ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, what the crap, dude.
Yeah.
Tourists are still like, but beaches, yeah, don't worry. Old people and people with guns are not at our beaches. So
Yeah.
you're fine there. Oh, man. Yeah, man. So what got you into comedy, if you don't mind me asking you?
How I first started it, I've always loved comedy, even like as a kid. I would listen to it like music, like long car rides. I'd rather listen to a stand-up set
with your parents or like your older brother, or did you just stumble across it?
Yeah, like with my parents, and just like if I had to sit somewhere for like a long, because podcasting really wasn't big.
Yeah, no,
like when I was little.
It wasn't. It just became a thing in like the last 5 years or something.
It seems like it, right? Yeah. So I would just listen to that when I would have to have like hours on end.
Yeah.
And I just wanted some background noise. But I'm a firefighter paramedic.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for your hard work, man. I don't think they pay you enough.
This
That's
is
why
my
you're into
side
comedy,
job,
right?
Gear.
Oh, I thought that was your costume.
No,
Sweet.
Yep. So this is
You could have sold. You could have totally sold that like as your costume, but like that's how he dresses.
I'm committed to the bit. I'm so committed. I work at my costume job.
That's fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
I need to. You're like a method actor.
Yeah. I'm already practicing.
They're like, dude, at Halloween in 7 years, I'm gonna want to be an EMT, so I better start working.
I was Aladdin last year, so I could have definitely,
Oh man, Aladdin could have used some healthcare, I think, right? Like he was an orphan.
He lived in BC in the desert, so that alone is enough.
True.
I did free healthcare.
I didn't mean to stop you.
He was stealing bread and all that.
Yeah, and then giving it away after all that. That's what made me so mad. Like I love Aladdin, but the parents are like, oh, he helped the other little kids. I'm like, why is it like that? Where are their parents?
You had this big ass palace in the back, and then little kids over here starving, bro. Yeah, it's like America, dude. Nothing changes.
I remember being a little kid. Yeah. My mom's like, her parents probably are in the Crusades. I go, what the heck is that? And they're like, you'll learn about that later.
Yeah. I don't want to dump that heavy weight on your shoulders now.
Yeah, you'll learn about it.
Just enjoy the movie and Princess Jasmine. Have fun.
Yeah, and then you're an old man. You're like, man, I used to love Princess Jasmine. And they're like, yeah, she's 14. You creep. And I'm like, well, I was like 9 when I first saw it.
Yeah, she was a MILF, bro. At that point. I'm 5 years old, bitch. Yeah. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, don't try to guilt me because I was just a little kid.
Yeah. Give me a break, dude.
Yeah, dude. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. So you were always listening to comedy.
Oh, yeah.
And, so who would you say like you? Okay, you're kind of listening to it. You're liking it. Who do you think you were like? Man, this motherfucker right here. Like they're so good at what they do. Like I want to be like that.
I would say Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice O'Neal?
He's probably my favorite comic. Rest in peace, because he was just so...
He was hilarious.
Yeah, him and Joey Diaz are my top 2.
Joey Diaz is like another... He's like cut from another cloth,
They're
bro.
both like just ultra authentic. Yes.
Yes, bro.
Exactly.
Yes.
Cut from a different cloth.
Yeah, you can tell that's not a character.
Yeah.
Like that's not... Larry the Cable Guy made a lot of money, and he's awesome, but that's a character.
Like a bit.
Like, yeah. That Patrice O'Neal... Fucking Joey Diaz, that's
unapologetically themselves, and it hit almost every time.
Yeah, that is not a character. Yeah. I would have to say, for me, the one I can remember like most, like obviously, they're great ones, but I remember watching like Chris Rock with my dad. I remember watching John Leguizamo with my dad.
I've never heard John Leguizamo, bro.
So he's a more '90s. He kind of became like an actor. If you ever get a chance, it was in 1998. It's called special called Freak, and it's almost like about his life. You're Latin American,
Puerto Rican,
Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, you're gonna love him, bro, because he like does bits about like his grandma, like dancing and all this shit, bro.
Awesome, yeah.
But he goes into it, and it's all about his family, and like I think like him, like just like that's when I like learned that like. Okay, first of all, in the 90s, like, cultural appropriation wasn't a thing. Like, as white people, we were allowed to, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of be like, oh, I like that person's culture. Like, let me, like, learn more about it and kind of respect it and be like Taco Bell shit, you know?
Taco Bell shit.
Yeah. But so I really started liking him, and I think he's part of the reason why I started loving Latin ladies, him, and then I found out about J-Lo. And then I found out about J-Lo. I was like a little kid. I was like, oh, this is fucking great. I remember, I'm actually working on this bit right now. I've been working on it for a long time, but it's about how, like, you're 13 and Shakira's hot, and then you're 35 and Shakira still looks the same and still hot. And I don't know how to do it yet, but like it's there somewhere, like because she has not changed, and I don't know.
Hips don't lie.
Yeah, dude. Some chick tried to tell me like, oh, I wouldn't trust or say something. She tried to say something like white girls are better than Latin girls because their hips don't lie. And I was like, no, that's why I don't trust you, white girls, because like you over here trying to dance and like selling these lies. Like
those are some stiff hips.
yeah.
Most of the time, yeah.
Hey, white ladies, we love you for other reasons. You make really good sourdough bread. We don't. We don't really love you for your bread or something. We don't really love you for your dancing. But yeah, man, John Leguizamo, I think you'd love him.
I'll check him out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. His name's really hard to spell. But I don't know. He got into like acting and stuff. But obviously, everyone knows Chris Rock, dude. Like,
legend. Yeah.
I just remember being like watching that and being like, dude, just the faces he would make. Like he'd tell a punchline and he'd be like, and you're like, bro, like that motherfucker.
His
sells
recent,
it.
Well, I don't know how recent it is anymore, but that Netflix special that he had.
I think I saw it.
That was talked about like the slap and
oh yeah I watched that.
Elon Musk Elon Musk has negative cum because he like fucked so many bitches. That was so funny,
dude, that was hilarious. See, and it's like people want to say like, oh, he's not funny anymore, he's just an actor, and it's like, dude, he's just,
you don't, that's like riding a bike. Once you're at that level,
yeah,
like,
dude,
I would think
so that's like part of the reason why I don't like to go on Reddit and stuff, is because like they're like, oh, I hate, like they just name drop like big comedians that make money, and they're like, they're bad
because it's just
haters,
you know, fun to hate.
Yeah, that, and like also I think like I was kind of told this by like someone who's like farther up the food chain than me, like obviously we do a lot of open mics. I mean, you do,
of course.
We're doing other things that are not, but like stuff that like gets like a cough in like an open mic gets like a genuine giggle in big rooms.
Yeah,
it's crazy, and it's like okay, that's not like a smasher, but it's like that is it's a joke, like, and it's crazy because
if you load up a room full of comedians, getting a laugh is going to be hard, because I feel like just the level of critique or taste is just like there was a thing, because I'm a fan of Patrice, of them in the Comedy Cellar, and him, Bill Burr, and all them were like in the back, and Kevin Hart would go up, and he would like bomb in front of them because they wanted him to like feel that and just like make him feel like shit, basically.
So they're basically like we're not gonna let you, we're not gonna laugh.
There was this one instance where Kevin Hart said some like goofy joke, and Patrice O'Neal throws a whole big ass phone book at him.
Jeez,
and it hits the wall, bam, falls on the ground, and he screams from the back. He's like, "Why don't you look in there and call for a better comic to come on stage," or something like that.
Dang,
dude.
Bro,
so like comics are
they're like that though. I mean, I understand
to
like,
each other. Yeah,
I heard Bobby Lee one time say some ish like
he's hilarious. Yeah.
He said he let his buddy go on like a guest spot on one of his shows, and he says, "Buddy killed it because it was a big show, like the Big Show, and anyone can crush a big room, you know, as long as you're a little funny." He said, and then his buddy was like, he's like, "Did you ever do any open mics after that?" That's what Bobby Lee said. His buddy goes, "Nah, man, I did like 3, and I just bombed every single one of them. Like nothing I said was funny." And he goes, "Yeah, bro, that's the point." He's like, you gotta like bomb and suck for like 2 straight years.
Yeah, you gotta like know what it feels like, you know?
Yeah. He's like, you need to know rejection so that when you go out there, you just don't care.
That'd be a rough, like starting at that high and then like trying to just get back to that.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee's friend or whatever.
Yeah.
I can see that being tough.
I don't think he was a comedian. I think he was just like a YouTube personality
just a dude.
guy.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that would be ass. I don't know. I definitely. My first open mic was in like the McCurdy's room, which I'm very lucky because they are like a real good room.
Yeah.
It's I don't.
That's the closest mic to me.
Yeah, it's the closest mic to me too, and it's like it's kind of like a mini showcase, you know. It's like
I get that.
You get 5 minutes, but there's a good room and there's a lot of people and they laugh at stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, like you said, it's not just comedians.
It's a super receptive room, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just 8 comedians or 15 comedians, like you said, that are going to be like, "Maha."
Yeah, like, oh, right. I see it, I guess.
Like a real quick laugh. Which I understand, I respect that. They say there's that weird thing amongst like comedians where it's like, I'm the funniest, and if I laugh at somebody else, it diminishes me. You know?
Yeah,
and like that's so weird to me too, because like I just recently found out that a lot of comedians don't even like comedy like that.
Really?
Yeah, like I guess a lot of comedians are like, oh, I'm just too busy. Like I like the whole Dave Chappelle thing that he says, like, I don't like listen to other comedians because it's like my girl. I don't like to hear other people fuck it or whatever. And I was like, I mean, I guess I could get that, but I can respect other kinds of comedy, like, you know. I'm not really good at storytelling.
I could kind of see that where like comedy is like your brand, and it's like, why would Nike support Adidas? in that aspect, I kind of see. But like, comedy's a very, you know, at least for me, a very easygoing, like fun
like
thing to be a part of.
Like an open-ended art form, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different takes on it too. Like, I've seen people use props, like prop comics and shit.
Yep.
And it's not really my thing. And
Me neither. Yeah.
but I'm talking about the music comedians, you know.
Oh,
when
right,
they bring,
right.
like,
They have a little song
yeah,
bit.
yeah. I mean, that's cool. If they put a lot of time and effort into it. You know what I'm saying? So that shit's crazy to me.
So funny thing about that, part of like the origins of how I got started was I was like, since I'm a fire medic, I was shy like talking to patients, right? Because I was new and I just started. So my people were like, you got to do something in front of people, like sing, dance, or do something just to like
they were like just get in front of people.
So I chose comedy.
Like, so wait, they told you to do that to be less like timid,
like a trial by fire, to like not be not be shy or timid or whatever. And I never saw myself as that, but I guess it was obvious.
All right.
And I've always wanted to do comedy, so I just segued.
You're just like, screw it, now's the time.
I'm like, yeah, like if there's any, they're like, yeah, you won't, pussy, you know, kind of.
Right.
That schoolyard vibe.
So like, you said you're a little over a year. Did you tell anyone in your family right away that you were doing it, or your friends, or were you just like, wait to see what happens?
Because I wanted the pressure.
Yeah,
for my first one. So most of my fire department showed up. I had a bunch of friends show up, and I tried to make jokes about like
about them and stuff.
Each one of them, yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was at McCurdy's, and Mike was there too. Oh, nice. Like he was like the host. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Saturday for that, yeah.
Yeah. So you had like stuff you already written down, or were you just like, I'm just gonna roast my friends?
No, I was making sure to be dialed in, and I wrote everything down.
Nice.
I've never sweat more in my life
than
before I went on stage. Yeah, but after that, it's been like addicting, and I wish I did it sooner.
Yeah,
but that's what it took.
Same. Yeah. But like how many experience would you have missed out on, or whatever, if you did it sooner? Or what? I don't know, man. Like you did it at the right time. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever. My mom said the same thing to me. She's like, whenever I was I was like, Mom, I got in this competition. She's like, I wish you would have started 10 years sooner. I'm like, that's a pretty cool thing to say.
Yeah, can you say that after the fact? Can you like congratulate me first and then put me down?
Well, she did say that.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how about when it's like when I'm like 40 something and it's 10 years from now, and it's like, how about then you tell, son, if you would have started 10 years sooner, and I'm already like doing fine, then you can tell me.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
But don't tell me now when I'm like, okay, I'm just starting to get into competitions. Yeah. It's funny to me though. Did you sign up for that World Series of Comedy thing?
I have not yet.
Yeah,
but I did see it.
I don't know. So here's the deal with that. From what I understand, is there's a bunch of satellites, a bunch of cities, and if you wait too long, they make you pay $65 to sign up for each city. But if you sign up now, register now.
That early registration.
Yeah, the early registration. You don't have to submit your video, but you can sign up to as many as you want.
Dude. So what's the closest? Like which one
closest
did you
one's
enter for?
McCurdy's. That's the one that
really?
I'm probably gonna do. Yeah, but
I would love that.
My family's also lives like near Detroit, so I'm gonna try to do that one.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
And then obviously there's the main ones in Vegas. Like, why not try to do that one? Because then you get to go to Vegas and
make a whole trip out of that.
Yeah,
dude.
and
that'd
do
be
something
stupid.
stupid. It's like, oh, I'm here for comedy and to gamble.
Yeah. I'm winning somewhere. Bitch.
I went home a triple loser. How did that happen? I lost the competition. I lost a bunch of money. And what happens in Vegas, like normally supposed to stay with the girl, but just going home with me.
Yeah. You're gonna be leaving in that same fit. Yeah. Just like you lost everything, but I got this Charizard.
Oh man, it'd be terrible. They'd be like, actually, we're taking that from you.
You
need to get out of here.
The bank is taking this.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But yeah, man, I think that that'll be a cool experience to get into. But like this is like going to be good because now you can like use that. Like I'm already like, I don't even know if it's going to help me, but I'm already trying to use just being in the competition as like an accolade. Like, hey, can I get a guest spot on your thing? And now as you get to say like what? It's technically West Coast semifinalist.
West Coast finals, yeah.
Yeah, West Coast finalist. So that's like you can be like, oh, I made it to the second round or whatever.
That's my first accolade. Yeah. I can say first in Sarasota.
Fuck yeah, that's huge, bro.
Yeah.
So that's like I remember. Do you know who Nathan Wallace is?
Nah.
He's a comedian down in I think Fort Myers. He's kind of bigger. He tours and stuff. I've seen him like
sick.
doing stuff at like Snappers. I actually met him in Austin when I was out there.
Damn.
Yeah, he was doing a show at the Vulcan, and my buddy was like trying to get a guest spot on there, but it didn't happen. Anyways, but he was nice and he was talking to me, and he was being really cool, and he told me like a lot of cool stuff. But he basically like kind of just gave me a lot of really good advice, you know. And it's kind of he uses those accolades that you basically like. One of his accolades is finalist. I think he made it all the way to the finals, but finalist in Florida's Funniest Comedian. You know what I'm saying? And then
that's how he plugs his.
It literally says like if you like it said it like for an ad. Like it was like the girl that was in the competition with Tara, you know, Zimmerman.
Yes.
The lady.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she's actually opening.
She was cool, dude.
She's opening for him, and on the poster for I don't remember what club it's at. I feel like such an asshole right now because I can't properly plug it. But on the poster, it literally was like finalist in Florida's Funniest Comedian competition, and then it was like World Series of Comedy comedian finalist or whatever. And I was like, bro, like I'm getting into the same things. Like I just need to keep plugging these things. Then you'll be able to get, you know, feature spots or at least hosting gigs places, you know?
Yeah, even like to open for really prominent people, I feel like would be the best way to get your name out there. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's like that's how I met Kevin, actually, the guy that was in the competition that went right after Mike, Kevin Taylor, the other redhead dude.
Yeah.
He opened for Pauly Shore when I first saw him.
That's pretty sick. Yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy, dude. Like I remember I saw him, and then 2 days before the competition, I did like an open mic with him. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, I paid to see you, and now we're doing a show together.
Circle, dude.
And, you know,
isn't
like,
that moment cool? Yeah.
That's the cool moment. You've had that moment, too. Who was that moment for you? Do you know?
I would say Mike. Because
Mike Stevens, because you saw him at McCurdy's.
He saw my very first set. And,
Right.
and that's where I first heard about him, too.
Right.
And then just to have that competition was
that's awesome. So I definitely,
really
I feel like such an asshole because when I first went in, I was a boot camp person at the McCurdy's. I took the McCurdy's boot camp.
Yes.
And Ken told me, go talk to Johnny Hobbs. And I emailed Johnny about being an extra. And he's like, you got to do all this stuff through the website. So I did that. But then I went in early. And I went right up to Mike because they're like, oh, he's the host. And I was like, all right, bet. And I was like, yo, man, I think I've been bothering you through emails and stuff. Like, Johnny, right? And he's like, no, my name's Mike. And I was like, fuck,
yeah.
bad first impression. And then, I mean, he was cool. He's come around on me since then, like whatever. But like, he's given me a lot of good advice too.
For sure.
I actually, I only recently have paid to see Mike at, you know what I'm saying, like do comedy.
Yeah.
So I've only seen his stuff he's working out at the open mics.
Same. Yeah.
So yeah.
So far.
And I don't think I've actually been on a mic with Mike at the same time. You know.
Not one that he's not hosting. Me neither.
Yeah. I've seen him do a couple. But that's what I meant. It was just like a moment to see like a comedian putting in the same work that I paid to see, you know? It's like the same thing, but like being on the show, like you said, it's like performing with him. And then when he's like, oh, I'm in the same competition, same thing you said with Mike. So I was like, dude, Mike is the same deal to you as he is to me. Like he's still like up there, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, dog, like all you guys. And they were all so cool. Like they're like, oh, you're just one of us now.
Yeah.
It's like, hell yeah, we're one of us.
On the same
Yeah,
playing field. That.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking awesome, dude. But yeah, dude. So like, you have that under your belt, so I think that'll help you get more like gigs. Have you like tried to look into getting any hosting gigs anywhere? Or?
I've just been really zoning in on this competition.
Hell yeah,
I'm
bro.
really riding on that momentum.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean,
yeah.
I just meant like before that or anything. But yeah, so yeah. Do you know? Do you have to do a new 5 minutes, or can it be the same 5 minutes?
They haven't said, but I'm going to switch it up because I want the.
Yeah.
Well,
that's I don't know if this is true, and don't listen to me 100% because
Yeah.
you've obviously been doing comedy a little longer than me. But I heard Ralphie May one time talk about how he switched it up every time, but that's because he knew he had fire. Like he wanted the judges were the same. You know, he wanted.
Oh,
them to know,
yeah.
You know.
Do you know if the judges are the same in this
I have no
competition?
idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case.
I'm going to keep my trumpet.
Well, that
shit
was crushes really hard.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna have a whole different premise behind it.
Yeah, I like that. Then
Plus,
so what? You're just gonna keep the impression, but there's just gonna be in a different situation.
Different, yeah.
Oh, then yeah, that's
exactly,
fucking
yeah.
That's changing the whole thing. Then
Mhm.
yeah, that's all
Yeah,
you're doing is
so-
just doing an impression. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. So with how I've noticed when I go to Sarasota, like how I did jokes about like Florida and like Publix, that really resonates there.
Oh,
but when
yeah.
I go to Tampa to do mics, like my edgier stuff really hits. So that's what I'm gonna try to go outside the box with this one
a little,
than I did
little
with the first
crazier.
one.
Okay. Do you think it'll? So like you've done the improv sold out, you said before, or close to it.
Well,
and when it sells out, is it normally like you said, like younger crowd, like edgier crowd?
yes, exactly.
So then,
I really like going there.
It's like you've done it before, so it's not like you go there all the time, but you know the playing ground. You've been in that playing field, is what you're saying.
I know I know from what I've seen what they like. Yeah,
that's good, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, I already got stuff in my back pocket, ready to go.
I already got
Heck yeah, dude.
Two of them is actually new that I thought about like last month.
Dude,
so that'll be interesting.
That's awesome. I should
try to go up and do a little quick little mic somewhere to test them out, but I kind of want to just
ride them.
Just let them rip.
I did 3 new jokes, and one of them I wrote the night before
for the competition. You're talking about?
I did a joke about, because I was like, I need to extend this conversation with my friend Chaz. He's like a stoner burnout surfer voice guy, you know, and like people. I was like, and people love voices, bruh. So I needed to like make it longer, and I was like, what do I do? And I was like, all right. So I fabricated a situation where I was like on a dating app, and I was hooking up with this girl, but then the ending of it was like me being like, it's perfect. And he's like, dude, what's that sound? Well, he's like, what's that sound like? And I'm like, it sounds perfect. He goes, no, dude, sounds like you're the side chick. Like, that's basically the joke, you know? And that gets a good like laugh, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like right before I talk about, how do I get a girlfriend, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
Dad.
Yeah, because like I have that joke, I don't know if you've heard it, where I'm like, I say something kind of along the lines of like, oh, and my buddy helps me get a girlfriend. I don't know how. He told me how to get, this is just the Cliff Notes. So he told me how to get a girlfriend, but I was like, I did the things he said, and now I'm just addicted to pumpkin spice and Adderall, and like that's
you like just became,
I just became a girl.
What's like, that? What's that Batman thing? You like live long enough to see yourself become the villain. You become a white chick.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's a funny one.
Yeah, that's exactly the joke, and it got a really strong laugh. I think I did really. I'm going back to the competition, bro. I'm kind of reliving it in my head. I think I did really good, and I think if I would have. You can never rank yourself. I think I did in top 6 at least. You know what I'm saying? But there was a lot of strong acts, and a lot of people got like obviously the winners, but other people also got like really strong applause. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my bit, like I didn't know there'd be so many stoners there. You know what I'm saying? And I have like a stoner bit, like it's like a 3-part bit about being on a date with a girl, and like how like she's into witchcraft, and I'm like, that's fucking cool. And then like she lost her license from a DUI, and I'm like, that's fucking cool. And then she's like
typical Florida girl right there.
Yeah. She's like, and then she starts sniffing. She's like, do you smell that? And I'm like, no, I don't fucking smell shit. And she's like, it smells like marijuana. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, no, that's me. And then she's like, ew, you use marijuana. And then I lose my shit. I'm like, you can fucking
that's where this bitch draws the line.
You could be a fucking witch. You could be like a witch with the DUI, but like you hate weed, and like you're not for me. And so then I do this whole fucking bit about how like without weed you wouldn't have like these figures, and then I say like a saying at the end that like incorporates all of them, and because the ending of them is like Matthew McConaughey, you know what I'm saying? And I do the all right, people fucking clap at that one when they're stoners. If they're not, I've seen that joke go 2 ways, you know? I've done it where it's fucking killed the room, and then I've done it where people are like I'm like, all right, so you guys are drinkers here?
I guess.
And I'm like, fuck. So, and I was worried, so I didn't do that joke. But then I heard Ken telling all the jokes about like weed and everybody losing it.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, dude.
It's starting to get more legal in Florida, so maybe they're just
I know, and that's
up.
what some
maybe
old lady tried to tell me afterwards. Old lady, if you're watching my podcast, I doubt you do, that I was talking to at the office bar afterwards. She's like, you can do weed jokes. They're okay now. And I'm like, I don't know. I've done them in rooms before where people are like.
That's exactly what I was saying with like the Sarasota versus Tampa. Like some jokes that have completely crushed in Tampa like get a chuckle in Sarasota because it's just less relatable, I feel.
Yeah, so and I almost feel like vice versa. I feel like my weed joke does better in Sarasota with the older crowd. Like older people like it because it's more like about like Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg and Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, I can see that.
And I say
I see that
and then I say that shit to people who are under the age of 30, and they're like, "Who? What?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, fuck that joke." Like, and what can you do besides being like? And then you're at the end and you're like, "Okay, yeah, that was the end of my set. Bye."
Like, what was that one thing that the guy, I forgot his name, but he was at the competition and he literally said his joke and he was like, damn, that was my best joke.
Like, was it Miles or?
If you said his name, I wouldn't remember.
Was he the guy that did the founding father hair?
Yes.
Yeah. That's Miles. That's Miles.
He was funny.
Dude, he's so funny. I've seen him plenty of times, but like, he just like.
He was like, wow, that's literally my best joke.
I think he said another joke too, and he's like, All right.
Yeah, dude, that hurt me, dude. We're like behind.
Yeah, dude. And it's like so. I don't know if you heard my one joke that I have about like my Asian ex, and I say like something about whenever I'm drunk, I sleep with my rice cooker, and then I think I'm the only comedian that got groans, if I'm being completely honest. Like it groaned hard, and then I was like, all right, you guys love Asians as much as I used to, and then they all died, and I was
like that turnaround.
I was like, all right, bro, I need it. Like that's the one thing I'm learning like as of now is how to save myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when a room is like, no, we hate that.
That's important. That's very important, dude.
Yeah, dude. I actually had one joke that I posted a clip of, and I got my first hater on it because they were like,
perfect.
It was the one where I did the turnaround where I'm like, all right, you guys respect women here. And then, yeah, it's kind of funny because I was like talking about mail order brides.
Okay.
And then the guy was like, yeah, it's stupid. But the guy goes, oh, no, the joke was just bad. And I was like, all right, dude. Like, I was like, I got a hater. That's worth 100
First
likes.
one, baby.
That's worth 100 likes right there.
I really liked your Thor joke. Like I look like
the Thor opening. Yeah, that's like a strong joke. I've been working on that one for a long time. Like it's gone through a lot of iterations.
That was great. Yeah.
My buddy kind of like trashes me because he's like one time he hasn't trashed me, but he's like I don't think I've done a mic yet where I haven't heard you tell some variation of that Thor joke. I'm like I'm fucking making sure it's perfect.
Let me dial in.
I was like, let me. Yeah, it took me a long time of going through a bunch of different kinds of Thors, and I was like, all right, anorexic Thor from Wish, the email thing, and then the Natalie Portman thing. Wish, yeah. So
Natalie Portman is probably my all-time celebrity crush,
and that's why everyone's like, okay, no, I can see that. And then also, whenever I say like, I'm not that lucky, I just have a hole in my drywall with the poster covering it up. Yeah, they're like, okay, we can see that. You look like that kind of guy.
yeah. The more relatable, the better, dude.
Yeah,
like, No
also,
matter how embarrassing or whatever.
You got to go soon or?
No.
Okay. Yeah, man. But that was just like a real good like experience. That like the turnarounds, like you said, the thunderous applause was good.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So you're gonna be at the Improv. That's gonna be cool. You're gonna be doing the edgier stuff.
Tampa
I'd like to
Improv.
see that.
I'm gonna bring
honestly, man, I haven't known you that long. I think I met you about like maybe a month ago.
Yeah,
you know?
something like that.
So I mean, I like new comedy friends. You know, especially people out there grinding just as hard as me.
Yeah,
you know?
gotta network wherever you can. Bro.
Yeah, bro. And but I wish I could come to that damn Improv thing. I wanna. Hopefully, do you think they'll let you record your set there, or do they ever let you record your set there? Or are they like against that?
They were, but that was in like one of their side rooms.
Oh, you're in the main room.
So yeah.
So they're gonna be like.
I really don't know. McCurdy's they didn't let you, so I just would assume it's the same vibe.
Yeah,
but
I messaged Mike on like Facebook and was like, "Hey man, do you know how to get that video?"
Me too, dude. Because that I really want that set.
I know, me too. Well,
I love that.
Even though I didn't get like an applause or whatever, I was like I'm one of those. I'm like.
It's like game film at a point, like how athletes watch game film.
And I'm like super nerdy. Like on the way there, my buddy was like, I was like, dude, I feel like I don't have enough laughs per minute. He's like, what the fuck do you mean? And I was like, I break it down to like
unit of measurement.
Yeah, I was like, how
Official.
many? Yeah, bro, I literally do it by laughs per minute. And he's like, I didn't know you did your set so scientifically. And I'm like, yeah, bro. I was like, if everything hits in this 4 minutes, I was like, I have 17 points where these motherfuckers should laugh. And granted,
all the numbers are going in your head.
Yeah. And I was like, if I do this, I do that. And he's like, bro, stop. he's like, you're not adding anything in. You're not getting any more laughs.
God.
He's like, you're just fucking going.
Another hater, dude.
Yeah.
Another hater.
He's like, I like that your brain works that way. He's like,
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, kind of.
Great, bro.
I was like, all right, man, whatever. I was like, don't know my secrets then. That's whatever. Yeah, man. I do. Do you ever like network with like bigger named comedians or like meet them and like try to follow them and like follow back up with them like, hey, could I get a guest spot on your shows or anything? You've had any experience with any of that?
I've never reached out like that. I just kind of want like a little body of work like with my Instagram and my YouTube. Yeah. I've been making skits and
do you have a website or
Daniel Martinez Comedy.
Daniel Martinez Comedy, guys.
Instagram, YouTube, and then Martinez Comedy for TikTok for
there you go. Boom. That's where we can see all of his stuff. You know, we need to get him some more followers out there, guys. Boost those numbers. He's
Reach
a
out.
Funny guy.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, man. So that's good to know that you got that. That always helps to get the followers. I think this competition is going to help you, especially if you can get your hands on just any one of those videos. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can cut it up into reels, and the amount of laughs that are on those reels, like, you know what I'm saying? That helps a lot.
I have noticed that when I post shorter stuff, it gets way more.
Yeah. Like if it's like
I don't know
only
if someone's attention span or like whatever.
no, that's
but
totally
like,
out of
yeah,
it,
yeah,
dude. Because
right.
like if I post a joke that's almost 30 seconds, they click off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I post like a under 20-second joke, like a quick banger, like that's like I've had my friends actually start messaging me like, oh my god, LOL, like you're terrible, or like, and I'm like, okay,
At least it's something.
yeah,
Whatever.
I mean, it's all laugh emojis and shit like that, but it's like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I mean, well, they also kind of know me. Like my one buddy, he compared me to like this old punk rock like guy mixed with like Mitch Hedberg, which is funny because the punk rock guy was like, he used to do these commercials. I don't know, you're a little younger, so it was like, this is your brain on drugs.
Yes,
you never
I
remember this?
have seen that.
So that's Henry Rollins, and
Yeah.
he's like, you're a mixture of him with Mitch Hedberg. He's like, you're the perfect combination of passive and aggressive. And
I
was like,
really like that.
I was like,
really
dude, I
like
have
that.
to do a bit about that because one guy's like, here's your brain on drugs, and the other guy's like, here's my brain on drugs. Like, here's the
I
best
have done
jokes
clinical
ever.
research in both fields, and I can clearly tell you. Yeah.
Yeah. When he told me that, I was like, dude, that's like the best compliment ever. He's actually in a few bands, and I think he said his bass player is in the event engineer and sound engineer at Obscura. You ever go there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know if you're watching this, any of you guys, Ryan or his friend, get us that show. Let me host it. I'll get Daniel on there. It'll be real funny stuff.
Kill some sets. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know my man. He's already. I've already seen him do 5. I know he's got another 5 to go. That's an easy 10. I'm sure he's got 15 in the bag.
That's good math.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good at it. So yeah, man. I'm also. I'm trying to work real hard. Like, have you ever been to Motorworks over here?
No.
So that's like the biggest beer garden in Florida, and they have this big stage.
I'm surprised I haven't.
And
then,
I'm
yeah.
just like, they're their own brewery technically too. And I'm like, my buddy just started working back there again, and the owners like him. And I'm like, dude, your owners hate comedy, because I've reached out plenty of times about starting a show. He's like, dude, it's a great idea. I don't know why we don't do it. I'm like, can you move it up on the line, dude? Because like, Bradenton's kind of lacking, you know.
I should start doing that. Just hitting up local bars and stuff.
Well, I think
I've just been going to like just comedy clubs because I just like
comedy clubs are good,
the
but like
vibe,
bars and breweries are good too, you know, because they like want to drive business. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like,
all you have to do is hit one time, and then they.
that's literally it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I try to tell them like, hey, let me just do this the one time. If you don't increase your beer sales, you never have to do it
Then,
again.
okay,
you
yeah.
know?
You gave it a shot. Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you promote it this much, your beer sales are going to go up. So it doesn't fucking
Exactly,
matter.
yeah.
Someone just needs to give me a shot. But that's another thing Mike told me, because he gave me a lot of good advice. He was like, you want to be taken seriously, do like X amount of open mics a week, you know? And he's like, and don't try to skip the hosting gig. Like everyone tries to go right past the hosting gig, right into like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to be a headliner. I want to be a headliner.
because people, yeah.
And he's like, so, but being a host is good because it gives you that experience. You're the opener. It's the most shit upon like spot and the whole thing, but like you're kind of the most important because you're
To warm people, yeah.
you're warming
exactly.
people up. You're introducing the people, like making sure they're not fucking pissed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you get paid nothing, but it is what it is.
However, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I-
This is like a fun like passion project for me. Like I enjoyed doing like the skits. The skits are really fun. Like with my friends.
you do a lot.
Have
of
you thought of like expanding outside of stand up to skits?
you do
and
a lot
stuff?
of skits on there. I've noticed that. What got you into that? Was that what you started with, or?
I just have these like, you know how we just think of jokes like topics like the Asian thing or the Thor thing, and then I just think some jokes would be better delivered as a skit.
Yeah, no, lots of them
Yeah.
are. So like, how do
Yeah.
you do that? What's your process? Do you like start writing them down, or do you just like you're like, F it, I'm just gonna like go off the cuff and start recording? Or?
Just like my stand up, I have like topics. I have
Right.
like a ton of topics, and then I just expand on those topics. Like I made like divorce proof salmon, and then I gave like marriage advice while I was making like the salmon recipe.
Right,
So
right,
it was
right,
like a
right.
little like cooking show
Yeah, that's fun.
around divorce.
And
Yeah.
people are like, geez, this guy's dark.
Yeah, but the recipe, I actually love to cook, so all of the recipes are good, and I need to get back to doing that. I've been doing other things and not really like the cooking show, but
Yeah, that's a
I
little
love
fun
making
thing.
skits too.
Yeah,
like,
skits
just
are
as
good.
much,
Skits
yeah.
are good. My buddy wanted to get into skits, but I don't know. I thought about. So I used to be a pizza guy,
Yeah.
for a real long time, and I thought about like. Reason 976, your pizza's not at your house or whatever, and it's just the pizza guy, like, I don't know, fucking doing donuts or something, or trading a slice of your pizza to watch two homeless guys fight, or like, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
stupid
yeah.
shit, like just like what the pizza guy's doing instead of delivering your pizza.
That's like what your unemployed friend's doing. on
Yeah,
a-
yeah,
on a
exactly,
Tuesday. All those
exactly.
memes like that. Those are funny.
That's like one of the ideas I had. I'm not really good at like writing like I had another one where it was like like doing like everyday tasks and just like Heelys and just busting the Heelys out at the end of the video, like, and just.
I like that one. Yeah.
And just being gone and like sassy about it. You know?
Like at the bank rolling up to
yeah,
the
like the
teller or
tailor, them
something.
being like,
Yeah.
oh, you have insufficient funds. Well, you can kiss my ass, and just rolling away
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Oh man, the bank would never let you record though. You ever see Tom Segura's thing on his podcast where he talks about how he was taking a picture of a teller to like because she thought she'd be a good date for his friend.
Oh.
And they were all like, they called him and they're like, hey, what the fuck were you doing? We saw you taking pictures in the bank. They're like, all right, well, that's creepy. Now you're on a list. It's like, oh shit,
Chase bank list.
Yeah, and it's no, he said it's a list that all banks share, like of potential threats. Yeah, and it's like, how rich is Tom Segura to where like now he's on a list?
Yeah,
like he's never gonna.
Honestly, we should probably try that just to network, like get our face and name out there. We should try to get on the bank.
Yeah, more banks will know us.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
It's like, hey,
I think I've seen that guy do stand up one time.
Yeah, I know I can't come back in the bank, but all you guys should come see my comedy.
Yeah, I'll be at the Improv November 8th.
Oh, come see me down at the Gimmick.
I need money because I can't access mine anymore. My debit card.
Man,
don't
I
work.
just recently, speaking of needing money, I think it was my sister. Somebody was there like, you should add like your Cash App info on like your Instagram and stuff. And I think I just recently posted it on my Instagram, and I posted a tip chart on my PayPal on my website.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro.
You got any hits yet?
Not yet, bro. Not yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it though. Like eventually, bro. Like it's just gonna take. That's one of those things that like while it's up there, like it's fine. Like but then like once you get, if you ever get the takeoff, like you know what I'm saying, like
I can see that.
Your fans will send you money just for weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't
Make
really
a joke
ever
about like that. What's that platform where you could have famous people say whatever you want, and it's really really funny.
Is it that Threads platform or?
No, it's like
Cameo.
Cameo is really good.
Yeah,
I can see it being like that.
Yeah, I like Cameo. I mean, I
can make it like that.
I'll do a Cameo right now. I don't care. My buddy said something about like me coming to sell out and like doing clean jokes. I was like, I'll sell out right now. I was like, I'll make all my jokes. Clean. I was like, I don't fucking give two shits. Like I'll do whatever. Like I naturally have a fucked up brain, so I try to write like
that helps.
Yeah, some of my stuff is like mildly racist or like, but it's all jokes, you know. Like I really think white people are the worst, and I honestly think I'm the worst person to ever exist. So,
wow.
Like, yeah,
strong words.
If you don't hate yourself, how can you hate anyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely strong words.
Yeah, shit.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I'm sure I could do clean comedy. Every comedian can if they try hard enough, right? But it's just like I've been writing a lot more clean jokes, like, but
I only like.
They don't hit in open
outside.
mics like at all. Like they really don't, like clean jokes. Like I have this one bit about like making fun of my little brother's friend because he like couldn't say certain words, and then like it's not nice. It's a mean situation. And then he's like, oh yeah, well in my speech therapy class, like it was just a class combined from kids with multiple problems. He's like, in my speech therapy class, they give us M&Ms and Skittles every time we do it right. The next week, bro, I was messing my 6s and my 9s up, dude. Just I was so poor, I needed those Skittles, dude. like I was like, I got problems, guys. I just can't do it right. They just give me so many
money for the poor.
Yeah, and my money was the forms of the Skittles. So it's like
I can see that.
Like that's the kind of clean humor, you know, that I know how to write. Like right now, I mean, I'm still learning, but that shit's hard, bro.
I like riding the line between the both. That's
the two.
That's what I try to do. When I go to like Tampa,
I
just try to really just like test the water to see where people's.
Yeah, I mean it's always good at the open mics to test.
Like my
stuff.
like racist girlfriend joke. It's like I really want a racist girlfriend.
That joke's really good.
Not because she's racist, but that just means she has traditional American values. You
Dude,
know?
they love that shit.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorites.
I think old people love that shit and young people love that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And yeah, that's a fucking good one because. Fuck if it's not true.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
And it's surprising because they're like, why the fuck would you want a racist girlfriend? Like, why would anyone?
You gotta throw it up there to make them really say like, and
what's
this guy talking about?
You're like, I just want a racist girlfriend, and then you're like, I'm like, I remember the first time I heard you tell that joke, I was like, where is he going with this?
Yeah. He's like, oh, this can go one of two ways.
Yeah, I was like, I think this guy's about to just like start bashing on racist people, which is fine, but
riding the line, bro.
Yeah, that was fun.
Exactly.
That's fun.
That's actually what I put in, what I submitted to the Florida's Funniest was that joke.
Oh, nice.
To get in, yeah.
Did you just give one joke or?
I plugged that, but I told them like everything's on there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how deep they go into it.
Yeah, dude, I don't. I hope they watch the
really
whole
don't
video
care.
because, dude, the video I submitted, I was like, I'm not getting in. My very first joke I told, I think I had like a quick like Thor joke, but like after that, dude, I started talking about like, because Barbie would just came out, you know?
Okay.
So I said something about like, oh, keeping up this physique is harder than a gay guy at Barbie, you know, like right off rip. And then I was like, oh, I don't have a problem with gay people. I just couldn't see myself living that way anymore, you know? And then, yeah, it's stupid.
All right. Yeah.
Stupid shit.
That's funny.
And then I had another joke where I was like, oh, have you ever done Wesley Chapel Side Splitters?
No.
So it's far, but it's in a movie theater. It's in an actual theater.
Oh, that's actually
So it's cool.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun. Yeah.
But one of the jokes that I had like on lock for that, I was like, oh, this is actually my first time doing stand-up comedy in a movie theater. I don't have a problem speaking in theaters though, because anytime I see a movie, it's with my black friends. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, and I was like, all right, guys, is that not okay? Like gay joke and then the black joke. I was like, it's gonna get worse, dude.
It's like,
and that's the video.
We're gonna hit all the communities.
Yeah, and that's why when I told my Asian joke in that one, I was like, the racism's back, and they all fucking died. But I submitted that joke, and I was like, I can't tell any of these fucking jokes down here at McCurdy's.
No, right? Yeah.
I was like, they'll just be like cricket.
That'd
cricket,
be bold. That'd be bold.
Yeah. And so I was like, if that video is like good enough to submit to the Florida's Funniest, I was like, I've been trying to push it out to like Snappers, you know, like just local comedy clubs and stuff, some different places. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just trying to get a guest spot anywhere I can get.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I've already been plugging the accolade. Like, hey, I'm technically.
I qualify.
I told my brother, I was like, I am between the 200th and 195th funniest person in Florida.
Dude, yeah. Somewhere in there, dude.
Yeah. It's like more than that because I think
there's a lot of people in Florida.
I think only the top like 50 or 60 people moved on, right? So like between like I'm somewhere between 51 and 200, but I was trying to make a joke about how like I'm 197th funniest person. You know?
Yeah.
But still, that's like just to get accepted into the competition's a big deal. So.
Yeah, I was pretty psyched for it, and you know I can't ask for how it's going
man.
for any better.
So if you like I know this is all just dreams. We're just talking what ifs.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetically, if you win, what would that mean for you? You think?
What would it mean? It would be the ultimate homage to my favorite comedians and my love for comedy in general. That's what I would say. And everyone that's supported me along the way, family, friends, work people.
Heck yeah, dude.
So that would be just a great like gift back. That's what I would say.
Do you think like you could see yourself like trying to like, because you said you're an EMT and a firefighter, so you do both.
Fire medic, yeah.
Okay, so you do both. So I'm assuming that you work a whole lot.
24 on, 48 off. That's the schedule.
So do
24 hours on.
You think you could see yourself after you winning this? Like, I don't know, maybe let's just all these are hypotheticals. You win,
of course.
Your socials start blowing up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people want to book you in places. Could you be like, I don't think I'm going to do the fire EMT anymore, or do you think you'd be like, work the comedy shows in?
I think it'd be worse if I had like a 9 to 5. Because with this, every shift is Friday. So it's 24 hours on. I get to work at 8 a.m. and then I leave work at 8 a.m. the next morning. So I always have those next 2 days off. So if they say, hey, can you go out this weekend, I could always do either.
So you're saying it's like the premium spot as long as it's not like too far away?
Yes. Plus, if I take 1 day off of work, I get 5 days off of work.
So then if you're like, if they ever wanted to book you like, oh, we need you here, and you needed to be far, you can be like, I just need 1 day off.
I can make it. Yeah, exactly.
So that works out really good.
Yeah. So I think it's a great setup either way. Yeah.
Heck yeah,
for
man.
Sure, dude.
Well, hypothetically, hopefully that happens.
Hypothetically, yeah.
Yeah, bro, that'd be huge.
Manifesting that. Yeah.
Have you seen any other comedians you're going up against?
I only know the Sarasota people, dude.
Yeah,
I don't really know names like that.
Yeah, I have seen a few of them in the finals. I know Tom Wise.
Yeah.
I met him at that Dunedin mic, and I guess he does. I think if I'm thinking of the correct person, he does like a little mini tour with the founding father guy Miles. Like they do
okay.
like he's like the Rolling Stone and Stoner tour or something they call it. So.
I could definitely see
Yeah,
that.
some shit like that. And then there's another guy on there called Scott Bird. He's like just straight up self-deprecation humor, dude. He is so flippin' funny. Like, and you want to talk about self-deprecating callbacks, like deadpan.
Making fun of yourself is usually a great, like, real back to like the audience.
And I've seen this guy, like, and you know when you see someone, and like they could tell the same joke, but the way they tell it is still so fucking funny.
Yes, yeah.
That's how this guy is. So
awesome.
he's going to be in it.
I'm psyched. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna have a lot of healthy competition.
Yeah.
Like the competition was good there. This one obviously next year.
It's gonna be the
next level.
The
It's
winners,
of the winners. Yeah, so it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be a great show either way.
So besides that show, do you have any other shows coming up? You want to tell the audience about or?
No, I'm just planning on chopping up some skits. Until then, if everybody wants to follow me, Daniel Martinez Comedy, like I said.
Give my boy Daniel Martinez a follow
Instagram
here.
and YouTube.
Yeah. So other than the socials and the comedy questions, man, I don't really know very much else to ask you.
No, dude, thank you for having me. This is my first podcast, so hypothetically, this could be really funny 20 years later or not.
Yeah.
Just like like my jokes.
That would be super awesome. Like imagine if like someone goes back and they're like, those guys, and they like take it out of context. They're like, those guys said, I don't even know what words we won't be able to say in 20 years, but they'll be like,
probably not.
They said Latin woman, and
yeah,
and we'll get
exactly
blacklisted because we said Shakira's hips don't lie or something.
Yeah, we shat on white women for half a second.
Oh yeah. I think that'll be okay forever, honestly.
Yeah.
I really do.
Time will tell.
Yeah, man. So I've been your host, Drew. That's my guest there, Daniel Martinez. Follow him on his socials, like we said before. If you have the time, go out November 8th at 7 p.m. At the Tampa Improv. You can see him. Free promo tickets for what's the promo code?
Florida.
So you just use Florida and you get in for free to see a hilarious set of a bunch of people trying to be
winners,
it's trying to be the funniest.
It's gonna be a great time. I would go just to watch all of them.
If I was off, I would go. I might try to get off. But it's
let me know.
Stuff.
Yeah,
heck yeah, man. But yeah, this has been another great episode of the Weekend Rundown, and thank you guys for joining in. See you later.
A rich man's world.